So hello, Oklahoma City Public Schools families, back again for another Friday update. Number 2, last week we brought you some important information, and we're here to do the same thing again for the coming week and just talk a little bit about what's going on in Oklahoma City Public Schools. The first thing I want to talk about is enrollment. As many of you know, enrollment started this week on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday by alphabet, last name. And it continues on through Monday. And so I want to really encourage you to get enrolled by the end of the day on Monday. If you can't do that, you can always go online if you can't make it to the school and enroll online. And even after Monday, if you're unable to get enrolled, there's still opportunity to do that. But you're going to need to call your child's school directly and get information on how you can get your kids enrolled. But we really want to encourage you to do that. So right now, about half of our kids in the entire district are enrolled, and we're really pleased with that. But we need you, the rest of you who have not had the chance to do so. Now, just some behind the scenes, a lot of the decisions that we make are based upon our enrollment. So class sizes, the number of course offerings we can provide to kids at the secondary level, extracurriculars and activities. So really want to encourage you to take care of that as quickly as possible. Again, you can go on site in person and enroll Monday. And if you can't, you can do it online or make arrangements with your child's school. We talked last week, and I want to talk real quickly again about our online options. We have the remote learning option, which is that option that has a teacher and a roster of kids, and as real time as possible, we conduct class. And so your child will log in with a class full of kids remotely. It will be a teacher providing the lesson, and they'll go through the day together in real time. And so it's an engagement that we really think is as close to being in the schoolhouse as possible. So that's option number 1. That's our remote learning option. The other option is our E3 option. And that's a virtual learning option where all the lessons and supports and videos are loaded onto a learning management system so that kids can come in and access lessons, but it's a self-paced option. Both options are with Oklahoma City Public Schools teachers, but one of them is real-time, remote learning, and one of them, the E3, is self-paced on the student side with a mentor teacher. And so you're going to need to make those decisions as quickly as possible. In fact, the E3 option, the deadline to enroll in E3 is Sunday, August 9th. So you need to make sure that if that's a priority of yours and that your student wants to take advantage of that, that you get enrolled in that by the end of the day on Sunday. So again, we want to encourage you to spread the word, take advantage of one of the 2 options yourselves, and then pass the word that we need you to make a selection. So if you need help with that, call us at the district level, call your child's principal, and we'll help walk you through that. You can also go to OKCPS.org, and there are online instructions on how to get enrolled, how to make a selection for your remote learning or your E3 learning. Really excited about our device deployment. So we talked about this last week. We're able to provide a device for every single student in the district. So you may remember that we talked about if you are a pre-K, kindergarten, first or second grader, we're going to put an iPad into your child's hands. If you're a 3rd through 12th grader, you get a Chromebook. We're going to begin deploying or handing out the devices the week of August 24th. And so you'll get more information about that in the next few days, the coming week or 2, on how we're going to get the device into the hands of your kids. That's an important piece. You have to have a device, whether you choose remote learning or E3. The second important piece that we're very excited about is through bond election or bond dollars that you as patrons voted on a few years ago. We're able to put hotspots in your hands as well. So if you have a device but you can't get on the internet, we're going to give you a hotspot. And that is your way to connect to the internet. So now you have a device, you have a hotspot, and you can really get to work on the virtual learning aspect of school. Just a reminder, if you haven't heard, August 31st is our first day of school, and we're going to be in a virtual setting, obviously. We will monitor that, and we will get kids back into the building as soon as we can when it is safe. And again, we're watching indicators every single day. We know the best place for our kids is in the building with our teachers and our staff and each other. Kids love being around each other, and we know that. And so lots of things going on. Stay tuned for more information. It's coming on the device deployment. I know you're wondering, how are we going to get the devices? We're in a virtual setting. More information to come in the next few days. We're going to talk about our meal service plan. When the pandemic started in March until the end of the summer feeding, which was July 24th, we were able to serve over 1.4 million meals to our kids, and that's a breakfast and a lunch each day. We took a 2-week break, and then beginning Monday, August 10th, we will begin feeding our kids again at every single school site. And so between 10 o'clock in the morning and 12, we will either drive through or walk up. We will provide all of our kids that come breakfast and lunch every single day, beginning Monday, August 10th. And so if you can get there by walking, come, get in line. We'll practice social distancing. We'll follow CDC guidelines, but we will make sure that our kids get 2 meals every single day. Our back to school plan, you can access that at OKCPS.org. And it really breaks down the details of the safety precautions that we're going to take. A lot of things are still being finalized with regard to State Department guidelines. The State Department tells us that even in a virtual setting, we want you to be able to provide opportunities for kids inside the building. So I want you to think about that for a minute. Virtual setting, but for example, for our special education kids, we want to figure out if there's a way to bring them into the building safely in small groups and give them that in-person contact that they need. We're still wrestling with athletics and extracurricular activities and what that might look like. We have not determined a final plan with those things, but in the next few days we will, and we'll communicate that out. So again, thank you for your patience. Thank you for hanging in there with us, for the input that you've provided. I just want to give you some encouragement and confidence. We have a good plan. Certainly the best plan is for kids to be with teachers in a school setting inside the building, but we don't believe that's the safest route right now. But we have a good plan to take care of your kids, and we're going to execute that plan. So stay tuned. We'll continue to bring you information with the ultimate objective in mind, to take care of kids and families. So we're going to do that. Thank you again for tuning in. And we'll see you again next week with more up-to-date information about Oklahoma City Public Schools. Stay safe.